Welcome to Stage 4 Dreams, where your voice is louder, your heart is braver, and your dreams are bigger. Hey, want to hear a story about a kid who didn't even have a bed to sleep on, but still became one of the greatest basketball players of all time? Yep, that's LeBron James. And his journey? It's not just about slam dunks and sneakers. It's about heart, courage, and never giving up, even when life gets really, really hard. Ready for the ride? Let's go. Once upon a time, in a small city called Akron, Ohio, there lived a little boy named LeBron James. LeBron didn't have much growing up. Not the coolest sneakers, not a big house, and definitely not a mountain of toys. In fact, sometimes he had to move from apartment to apartment, more times than the number of fingers on both your hands. But one thing LeBron did have was a basketball and a wild, unstoppable dream. Now LeBron's mom, Gloria, was his superhero. She worked super hard, juggling jobs like a circus star, zip here, zoom there, just to keep a roof over their heads. Sometimes, they didn't even know if they could have a place to sleep the next week. But no matter what, Gloria always told LeBron, "You are destined for something great." And LeBron believed her, even on days when the world seemed to say otherwise. LeBron's secret weapon? The basketball court. He loved the sound of the ball bouncing, thump, 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 and the swoosh of the net whenever he made a basket. It was his happy place. Sometimes he'd imagine the ball was a spaceship, soaring through galaxies of defenders, spinning and twirling before landing safely in the hoop. Each time he played, he felt like a superhero. Super LeBron, with a cape made of determination. But things weren't always slam dunks and three-pointers. There were days when LeBron would look at his worn-out sneakers and wonder if he could keep up with the other kids. Some kids even teased him, saying he'd never be big enough or strong enough to be the best. But LeBron had a superpower. He laughed at problems. When he missed a shot, he'd make a silly face, cross his eyes, or do a wobbly dance, turning mistakes into giggles. He learned that failing wasn't the end. It was just a funny step on the way to getting better. LeBron's coach at school saw something special in him. "LeBron," he'd say, "you play basketball like a wizard casting spells." LeBron would grin, imagining himself as a wizard with a magic basketball staff. He practiced every day, rain or shine, snow or sun, with his imaginary wizard hat firmly in place. When other kids were watching TV, LeBron was outside, dribbling through puddles, spinning, leaping, and inventing new moves. Some so wild, people watching would laugh and cheer. One day, during a game, LeBron's team was losing by a lot. His teammates were tired, and hope was melting away faster than ice cream in the sun. But LeBron had a plan. Operation Giggling Comeback. He told his friends, "Let's laugh at our mistakes, play our hearts out, and see what happens." Suddenly, the court was filled with smiles. With every pass and every basket, they cheered each other on, even when the other team scored. And guess what? They caught up, point by point, until LeBron made a last-second shot. The crowd went wild, and his team lifted him up, not just because he scored, but because he made basketball fun. As LeBron grew taller, so tall he could almost touch the ceiling without jumping, his dreams grew too. He played for his school's team, then for bigger and bigger teams. But he never forgot to laugh at his mistakes or to help his teammates smile, even on tough days. He remembered how much his mom believed in him, and how every move, every jump, every silly face brought him closer to his dream. Then something amazing happened. The world started noticing Super LeBron. Coaches, fans, and even people who didn't know much about basketball could see there was something magical about the way he played. He zoomed down the court, dodging defenders like they were standing still, leaping so high it seemed like he had springs in his sneakers. And, most importantly, he always shared the ball, making sure everyone felt like a hero. But even as he became famous, LeBron never acted like he was better than anyone else. He remembered the days when he didn't have much, so he helped kids who needed shoes, books, or even just a friend to play basketball with. He built schools, donated to charities, and talked to students about chasing their own dreams. He'd tell them, "If you believe in yourself, work hard, and remember to laugh every day, you can do anything." People started calling LeBron King James, not just because he was a basketball superstar, but because of his kindness and the way he inspired others. He showed everyone that being great isn't about how many points you score, but how many people you lift up along the way. And yes, he had his tough days. Games where he missed the winning shot, times when fans booed, or when things just didn't go his way. But LeBron would always shake it off, do his silly dance, and get back to practicing. Because he knew one secret. Champions aren't afraid to look silly, to try new things, or to laugh at themselves. Whenever LeBron stepped onto the court, he remembered the little boy from Akron with the big dream. He remembered the nights spent in tiny apartments, the sound of his mom's voice cheering him on, and the joy of playing basketball just for the love of it. And every time he made a spectacular dunk or a dazzling pass, he hoped kids everywhere would see him and think, if LeBron can do it, maybe I can too. So what can we learn from LeBron's story? First, you don't need to have the fanciest gear or the biggest house to chase your dreams. All you need is a spark of hope, a heart full of laughter, and the courage to keep trying, even when things get tough. Second, it's okay to make mistakes. Sometimes, the funniest, best moments happen when things don't go as planned. And third, true greatness isn't about winning trophies, but about helping others, sharing smiles, and never forgetting where you came from. LeBron James is living proof that no matter where you start, you can become a champion on the court, in your heart, and in the lives of others. He's still playing, still laughing, and still inspiring the world, one slam dunk, one kind act, and one silly dance at a time. So the next time you dribble a ball, read a book, or chase a dream, remember LeBron's story. Don't be afraid to try, to fail, to laugh, and to believe in yourself. Who knows? Maybe, just maybe, you'll find your own way to be a superhero. No magic required, just a joyful heart, a little bit of courage, and the belief that you, too, are destined for something great. And that, dear listener, is the story of LeBron James, the boy who turned laughter, hard work, and love into a legend. And if he can do it, maybe you can too. If this helped you, share it with a friend. And don't forget, the world needs your voice.